The New England Patriots have found themselves in a position that feels both familiar and frustrating. After facing the Steelers in a tough matchup, the scoreboard tells a story of disappointment, but the underlying details reveal a team that is slowly, almost painstakingly, finding its identity under Mike Vrabel. This season has been full of learning moments, and while the results may not always reflect progress, there's a clear trajectory that suggests the Patriots are building towards something meaningful. Drake May, now stepping into his role with increasing responsibility, continues to show glimpses of the player this team hopes he can become, and week after week, his development gives fans a reason to hold on to optimism even when the losses pile up. Looking at the recent game against the Steelers, the statistics paint a picture of both potential and peril. On the offensive side, turnovers became the critical factor. The Patriots gave up the ball 5 times, and while that number is staggering, it is also a learning curve that comes with fielding a relatively young squad under a new system. For Drake May, the stakes are clear. Multiple turnovers in a single game have historically spelled defeat, and in this matchup, that trend held true. The young quarterback must prioritize ball security above all, and the weight of that responsibility rests squarely on his shoulders. Every fumble, every interception carries consequences that ripple across the entire offense, and the team's ability to execute depends on him making smarter, more calculated decisions under pressure. But it is not just about the quarterback. The running backs also face scrutiny. Rondre Stevenson, who has shown flashes of brilliance in prior games, struggled with ball security yet again. His 2 fumbles in crucial moments became the story of the game, highlighting the delicate balance between talent and reliability. Stevenson himself has acknowledged the reality of the situation, understanding that if he cannot hold onto the ball, his role within the offense will be in jeopardy. At the same time, Tavon Henderson is beginning to emerge as a viable alternative. He has shown readiness and confidence in practice, and the Patriots now have an opportunity to evaluate whether he can shoulder a larger share of the offensive load while maintaining the consistency the team desperately needs. Antonio Gibson, another backfield option, has also been prone to fumbles, underscoring the broader issue that the Patriots cannot afford lapses in execution from multiple players if they hope to contend at a high level. The wide receiver core, too, presents questions and opportunities. Kahan Booty has led the team in snap counts and has been a consistent presence, but the coaching staff has clearly been cautious with Stephon Diggs, limiting his involvement to around 50% of offensive plays over the last few games. While understandable, given his recovery from an ACL injury, there comes a point where a player of Diggs' caliber must be given the opportunity to impact the game more significantly. At the same time, younger receivers like Kyle Williams have shown potential in practice and in limited game action, suggesting that the Patriots may benefit from integrating more dynamic playmakers into their schemes. The balance between developing talent and maintaining reliability is a delicate one, and it is becoming increasingly clear that the team may need to take calculated risks to fully realize its offensive potential. Defensively, the Patriots have also seen shifts and growing pains. Christian Ellis, the starting middle linebacker, was benched in the game against the Steelers, signaling potential changes in personnel and strategy moving forward. The ripple effect of that decision has been notable, with players like Marte Mapu getting limited opportunities, while others have stepped up to fill gaps. Marcus Jones, Robert Spillane, Jalen Hawkins, and Carlton Davis were consistent presences on the field, playing every defensive snap, while rotational players along the defensive line, including Harold Landry, Glavin Chasen, Milton Williams, and Christian Barmore, all contributed significantly. The depth and adaptability of the Patriots' defense will be tested in the coming weeks, particularly as the coaching staff evaluates which players deserve extended roles and which adjustments are necessary to shore up vulnerabilities exposed in recent matchups. Analyzing the overall team performance, a recurring theme emerges: moments of promise overshadowed by critical mistakes. This is the hallmark of a team in transition. While the Patriots have shown that they can compete and even execute well in stretches, turnovers and missed assignments have kept them from converting competitive games into victories. The opportunity lies in harnessing the talent and energy of a young roster while ensuring that lessons are learned quickly and applied consistently. For a team like the Patriots, building this kind of resilience requires both patience and strategic adjustments, with an emphasis on giving promising players the chance to grow while keeping accountability at the forefront. Drake May, in particular, represents the linchpin of this developmental process. His decision-making, his ability to manage pressure, and his leadership on the field will define how the Patriots navigate this season. The team's success will hinge on his growth and ability to minimize errors while maximizing the opportunities created by his teammates. Every game becomes a test, not only of his skill, but of the broader system, as offensive schemes are adapted to suit his strengths and mitigate weaknesses. The integration of young talent at multiple positions, including running back and wide receiver, is crucial, and how effectively the coaching staff balances development with performance expectations will shape the trajectory of the team. As the Patriots look ahead to their upcoming matchup against the Panthers, there are several considerations at play. Carolina has demonstrated defensive prowess in recent games, presenting challenges that will require strategic planning and execution. The Patriots must find ways to get their playmakers involved in space, utilizing motion, play action, and creative designs to maximize opportunities for Drake May and the skill players around him. Variety in play calling, combined with disciplined execution, will be essential if the Patriots hope to overcome a strong defensive opponent and prove that the lessons learned from recent struggles have translated into tangible improvements on the field. The Patriots' journey this season is defined by a dual narrative: the reality of mistakes and the promise of growth. Each game provides data, insights, and lessons that inform future strategies. The development of key players like Drake May, Rondre Stevenson, and Stephon Diggs, alongside emerging talent in the backfield and receiving core, sets the stage for a team that has the potential to compete at a high level despite early setbacks. At the same time, accountability and consistency remain non-negotiable, as turnovers and missed assignments cannot continue to dictate the outcomes of critical games. The balance between nurturing young talent and achieving immediate results will test the coaching staff's judgment and the players' ability to adapt under pressure, creating a dynamic and evolving narrative that will unfold across the remainder of the season. Turning to the defensive side of the ball, the Patriots are facing a critical period of evaluation and adaptation. The benching of Christian Ellis at middle linebacker was a signal that the coaching staff is willing to make tough decisions to improve performance and accountability. Ellis had been a key figure in the linebacker core, and his reduced role created opportunities for other players to step up. Marte Mapu, for example, saw limited snaps, but Jack Gibbons began to emerge as a reliable presence when called upon. The defensive rotation on the line also proved significant, with Harold Landry, Glavin Chasen, Milton Williams, and Christian Barmore all seeing heavy action. These adjustments show that the Patriots are experimenting with personnel in search of the right balance between experience and emerging talent. The coaching staff must now determine whether these changes are temporary responses to a single game or a longer-term shift in defensive philosophy. The consistency of players like Marcus Jones, Robert Spillane, Jalen Hawkins, and Carlton Davis, who played every snap, provides a stable foundation, but there is still a clear need to address weaknesses exposed by turnovers and missed assignments. One of the more compelling storylines on defense is how the team will handle developing talent while maintaining competitiveness. Younger players are being given opportunities to prove themselves, but mistakes remain costly in a league where margins are razor-thin. This developmental approach is particularly evident in the rotation of defensive linemen, where nearly every snap matters and the ability to win individual matchups can have a decisive impact on the game's outcome. Meanwhile, safety positions have seen small shifts in responsibility, highlighting the importance of depth and versatility as the season progresses. These incremental changes are part of a broader philosophy aimed at fostering adaptability and resilience in a team that is still finding its identity under Vrabel's system. On offense, the running game has emerged as a pivotal area of focus. Rondre Stevenson's struggles with fumbles have prompted a closer evaluation of ball security, and the Patriots are increasingly leaning on Tavon Henderson to provide consistency in the backfield. Henderson's willingness and preparation to take on a more significant role have been apparent in practice, and his ability to stay composed under pressure will likely determine how much he contributes in future games. The coaching staff faces the challenge of balancing opportunity and risk, ensuring that the team can rely on productive running plays while also fostering the development of young talent. Antonio Gibson's similar ball handling issues reinforce the urgency of these decisions. In a league where turnovers can decide the outcome of games, the Patriots must create an environment where their running backs are confident, prepared, and trusted to carry the football. The receiving core also remains under close scrutiny. Kahan Booty has consistently led in snap counts, and his reliable presence has provided stability, but the limited involvement of Stephon Diggs, hovering around 50% of offensive snaps, is indicative of a cautious approach regarding his recovery from an ACL injury. The challenge now is determining when to expand his role to fully leverage his playmaking ability. Younger receivers like Kyle Williams are pressing for more opportunities, showing flashes of explosiveness and creativity that could provide the offense with the dynamic edge it has lacked. The coaching staff must weigh the potential impact of increased playing time against the need to protect key players while building depth. The interplay between veteran reliability and young talent is at the core of the Patriots' offensive strategy, and how they navigate this balance will influence their success against increasingly competitive opponents. One of the most pressing concerns remains the quarterback position. Drake may have shown promise, but his development is closely linked to the performance of those around him. Multiple turnovers in a single game have proven to be the difference between a competitive showing and defeat. Consequently, the offensive strategy must be constructed to provide him with opportunities to succeed. Utilizing creative play calling, including motion, screens, and play action, can help take pressure off the quarterback and allow skill players to operate in space. The ability to diversify the offensive approach is critical, as repetitive play designs limit the team's effectiveness and make it easier for defenses to anticipate and counter the Patriots' moves. As the Patriots look ahead to matchups like the one against the Panthers, they will need to integrate all the lessons learned from previous games. Carolina has shown itself to be a disciplined and opportunistic team, making preparation, adaptability, and execution more important than ever. The Patriots will need to identify ways to create mismatches, exploit open space, and allow their young playmakers to showcase their talents while maintaining fundamental discipline. This includes putting Henderson and Williams in positions to generate yards after contact, giving Diggs and Booty opportunities to stretch the field, and enabling Drake to operate without unnecessary pressure from defenders. The success of these strategies will rely heavily on communication, preparation, and the ability of players to respond to in-game adjustments. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that has sent shockwaves across the NFL landscape, whispers are circulating that the New England Patriots are closing in on a blockbuster deal to acquire none other than Bills quarterback Josh Allen. Sources close to the matter suggest that behind the closed doors of Gillette Stadium, executives and coaching staff have been quietly maneuvering to pull off what could be one of the most stunning trades in recent history. For weeks, analysts have speculated about the Patriots' search for a franchise quarterback, and now those rumors seem to be gaining unprecedented momentum. While the league has seen its share of jaw-dropping trades, few could have predicted New England setting its sights on Allen, whose cannon arm and playmaking ability have made him the centerpiece of Buffalo's offense for years. Insiders hint that the discussions are highly complex, involving multiple draft picks and perhaps even key roster players, but the exact structure remains shrouded in mystery. Fans are already divided. Some Patriots supporters are ecstatic at the prospect of pairing Josh Allen with Bill Belichick's legendary system, imagining a new era of offensive dominance in Foxborough. Others are skeptical, questioning whether Allen's style of play and the Patriots' discipline approach are truly compatible. Meanwhile, Buffalo fans are bracing for a heartbreak The idea of losing their star quarterback sparking a storm of online debate and heated social media commentary. Even without official confirmation, the rumor has sparked a frenzy in sports circles. Analysts are dissecting every hint from team meetings, trade rumors, and cryptic social media posts. Speculation ranges from immediate trade scenarios to a slow-building negotiation that could reshape the AFC East entirely. If true, this move would not only redefine the Patriots' strategy for the coming seasons, but also signal a bold statement that New England is ready to reclaim its place at the top of the league. As the NFL world holds its breath, one thing is clear. The mere possibility of Josh Allen in a Patriots jersey has already rewritten the rumor mill, setting tongues wagging from Boston to Buffalo and beyond. Whether this is a masterstroke in the making or simply the latest fantasy of a league hungry for drama, the next few weeks could deliver one of the most talked-about stories in recent football history. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.